It's Tuesday again. The vendors have all new stuff. Let's check it out, starting with the Telvar Merchant. First up, we have Merkmeyer treasure maps. Now, I think these are going to be a lot cheaper for you at Guild Traders. I don't think they're worth 6,000 Telvar, but Merkmeyer brings us Bright Throat's Boast, Champion of the Hist, and Deadwater's Guile. Our first lead this week is Daedric Anvil. It is part of the Cult Blacksmithing Station, and this one drops off of the Solstice World Boss, Ziv Elek Ritual Site. Next up, we have Sturdy Silver Prongs lead. This is one of 5 pieces of Death Dealer's Fete, and this one is the Dragonstar Arena lead. Definitely worth getting. Running Dragonstar Arena in its entirety over and over again just to get this lead is ridiculous. So if you need this one, now's your chance. This week we have Necklace and Ring of Lecky's Focus. And we have Necklace and Ring of the Black Rose. Our scripts this week, we have Bound Affix Script Heroism, adds Heroism, a buff increasing ultimate generation. Bound Affix Script Interrupt, adds Interruption effect. Bound Focus Script Bleed Damage, adds Bleed Damage of course. And Bound Signature Script Leeching Thirst, adds a heal for percentage of damage done. And finally, we have Fragment of the Baron. This is one of 6 pieces of the Puncture Lava Burst skill style and drops off of the final boss in the dungeon, the Cauldron. Now remember, with these fragments, they are a guaranteed drop if you can just get there. They will drop in normal. So if you run the Cauldron 1 time to completion, you will get this fragment. But if you would prefer to avoid it altogether, it's here for 25,000 Telvar. Let's head over to the Scholarium. All right, let's see what he has for us this week.
Have you scribed that?
Starting off with Bound Affix Script Innervation. Adds Innervation, a debuff reducing critical damage. Bound Affix Script Magicka Steel. Adds Magicka Steel, a debuff granting Magicka Restoration to attackers. Bound Focus Script Dispel. Adds a Dispel. And Bound Signature Script Cavalier's Charge. Adds an increase to damage as ability persists effect. Okay, let's head over to Infinite Archive. Okay, we've made our way to Infinite Archive. Let's see what Filer Ool has. We're starting off with Eastmarch treasure maps. Again, these are not going to be worth 2,000 archival fortunes when you can get them so cheaply off of Guild Traders, but Eastmarch brings us Akaviri Dragon Guard, Fjord's Legacy, and Stendar's Embrace, as well as a chance for the leads for Ancestral Nord legs or shields motifs. We have a Runebox fragment, Big-Eared Ginger Kitten's Feather Toy. This is one of 7 parts of the Big-Eared Ginger Kitten pet. And these pieces drop off of the public dungeon Carnwasten in Somerset. They are worth 5,000 to 6,000 gold a piece. Not a horrible price for the 3,000 archival fortunes. So you can get them from Guild Traders, you can get them here, or you can go farm them yourself. The first one each day shouldn't be too terribly difficult to get. But if you do need this particular piece to complete your pet, it is here for you. Next up, our style page is Night Flame Mask. When this comes back and starts dropping, it's about a 4-day window. It's going to drop from Elden Hollow 2, and you'll have a better chance of getting it if you've completed the hard mode. Now, Elden Hollow 2 hard mode is not that difficult. However, the drop rate is still atrocious. I think all masks should just be bought with archival fortunes personally. I don't love the drop rate on this, so it's here for you this week if you need it. Next up, we have companion equipment jewelry. Of the companion equipment that we get, jewelry I think is your best bet. You are at the mercy of RNG as to what trait you get, and you cannot sell it if you get something you don't want. However, you have a better chance that somebody, any of your companions, can use something that you get. You're not at the mercy of light armor, medium armor, heavy armor. Jewelry doesn't matter. So I do think you have a better chance of getting something you can use, but I still just don't love companion equipment this way because it is bound and you're at the mercy of RNG. Our first plan this week is Formula Redguard Decanter Glass. This runs 45 to 50k on PCNA, 30 to 33k on PCEU. It is beautiful. I do think this one's worth it. Our first lead is Ballywog Pearl Eyelets. This is one of 5 pieces of Mad God's dancing shoes, and this one drops off of the Solstice Delve Carapace Cavern. So not super difficult to get, but it is here for 5,000 archival fortunes if you want it. Next, we have Structural Tentacle Arch Lead, which is one of 5 pieces of the Apocryphal Clothier Station, and this one, of course, drops in Infinite Archive. I do think that if you're running enough Infinite Archive to be able to buy all these things that we discuss, that you probably have gotten this one already. I've gotten it 3 times just from running Infinite Archive once a week since it came out. So you're probably okay with this one, but it is here if you need it. Our first book is Mouth Vabdru's Journal. This one drops in Infinite Archive, and the eidetic memory is from a quest in Apocrypha, Spirit of Fate. If you're not sure how that works, we do have a link below that explains it. Our second plan this week is Indral Runner Almalexia. This runs 35 to 50k on PCNA, about 25 to 50k on PCEU, so very similar. Just a long runner. And our third and final plan this week is Colovian Fireplace Stone. There's only 2 listings on PCNA for 15,000 gold. There's several listings on EU. They're kind of all over the place from 3.8k to 50k. Most seem to be falling right around 30k. Either way, 2,000 archival fortunes isn't bad if you need it. Second book this week is Journal of Emperor Leovic. This one drops in Scrivener's Hall, and the eidetic memory is from a quest in Grotwood called The Emperor's Secret. Our scripts this week, we have Bound Affix Script Courage, adds courage, a buff increasing weapon and spell damage. Bound Focus Script Shock Damage, of course adds shock damage. And Bound Signature Script Wayfarer's Mastery, adds improved functionality of skill line passives. Next up we have Elemental Storm Violet Purple. This one you just purchase from Madge Elragoth in the Undaunted Enclave for 40 Undaunted keys. So now you get to choose. You can buy it with 40 keys or buy it with 25,000 archival fortunes. And to me, that's just a personal preference based on what you do more of. Do you run more pledges or do you run more Infinite Archive? And finally, we have Malographic Ichor. Consume 50 Malographic Ichors to unlock the Ichor Most Malevolent achievement and the Malographic Mount. This is the first fragment that drops. These are curated in a specific order. So if you do 50 of the dailies in Infinite Archive, you are guaranteed to get it, probably sooner because these do also sometimes drop from chests as you go through the Infinite Archive. At 10,000 archival fortunes a piece, you're going to be running that much anyway just to be able to afford it. When you need 50 of them at 10,000 archival fortunes a piece, that's kind of ridiculous. So I think you should just run a bunch of Infinite Archive. But if you've saved up a bunch of archival fortunes from the recent event, it is here for you if you want it. All right, every week we get new gear in Infinite Archive as well, so we're going to go check that out. We just ran a couple arcs of Infinite Archive, and this week it looks like we have gear dropping from the Rift. That includes Draugr's Heritage, Witchman Armor, and Yskamor's Birthright, as well as from Gold Coast, which includes Flanking Strategist, Hide of Morehouse, and Sithis' Touch. That's going to do it for this week. We'll see you in the next one.